state has not taken this sanitation day lightly. What is your view about the environment and what the ministries involved in keeping the environment clean doing?
Well, I think the idea of what they call almost a lockdown this Saturday, so that we can um, be engaged in the monthly environmental exercise, is just very auspicious. There's been flood alert all over,
Yes.
and one of the problems that causes flooding in our communities is when you block the drainages. And most times people just I do not know how to describe it, some sense of irresponsibility.
Particular areas of the state, especially the state capital, some of them are still suffering bad roads and so. Can you speak to me on that?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Uh, I'm a Deltan and I'm from Mondokwa East and I live in the state capital.
Yes.
I want to commend the state governor. I want to commend the state governor for the good work he's doing already,
Yes.
and also want to thank the previous administration for the work done.
Yes.
And now we have a challenges in some areas in Bonsak, Chiedoko houses to a bridge. And in that area, so many people, and that place has economic value up to the state and is a business area, and so many people reside across the other side. And myself, I reside there also.
Yes.
And I'm saying by example because I know the government is doing a lot. So I'm appealing to the state government to come to the aids of the people that reside and the businesses that is there, because business has for over 7 months is dying.
In
People
that
are,
area?
yes,
Huh?
they cannot do their business because of the hold up. I can tell you sometimes when I'm coming out, I come out around 5, and before I can see myself inside the city of Asaba, it's like 7:30.
You don't say.
Yes,
You go through that
I'm telling
in
you.
this Asaba.
Yes,
This
it's a
that's like
federal,
living in Lagos.
it's a federal road. It's a federal road. If it is state road, I know our governor. He would have fixed it since. But I'm appealing to our governor, a father of Deltan, and I know he's a man that listens to an appeal. I'm appealing to him to come to our aid to see how he can help Deltans to ease up the traffic from there to Onitsha.
Okay.
And I believe many of the VIPs, Eastern counterpart, they're also applying the road. But it's in our states, and I know that our governor will hear our cry. He will come to our help. Because again, I also want to thank the governor. Because if you watch the state capital, it continued for where the previous administration stopped. And he has agenda, more agenda. And he's doing a lot. I'm from Delta and I'm proud of my governor because I just returned from Warri after the local government election. I decided to say, okay, let me go for 2 days holiday. I went to Warri and I got married in Warri and I couldn't recognize Warri anymore. I'm telling you the simple truth. I'm not trying to hype the governor, but I'm telling you the reality because it's what I'm seeing in my eyes. I went inside Warri, not even that flyover. Inside Warri, I saw what this man has done. And I can say it anywhere, any day, that if any state governor in this country said they have done more than the governor of Delta State, let them come. I'm ready to in the channel to do the debate and I will showcase those projects. It's just that our governor don't like those things. But I am ready because I have to showcase my governor because he's doing a lot. But Oga, please come to our aid in Bonsak area.
Okay. I know you want to say something. Interesting.
Let's say this is an appeal, and an appeal is an appeal.
Yes.
Thankfully, he's recognized the fact that it's a federal road.
Yes.
Again, the governor has said he has no issues intervening in federal roads within the state because it's for the use of our people.
Sure.
But the issue of federal roads too is something that the Nigerians have not fully engaged that conversation. Because Here is the federal government. They are in charge of trunk A roads. The state is in charge of state roads. The local government are in charge of local government roads. And we see in a situation where the federal government has shirked its responsibilities on federal roads. The pressure is now on state governors to do those federal roads. Whereas the budget, the allocation for federal roads are with the federal government. But yes, we have a governor who is large-hearted, and he's saying he's going to intervene. In fact, he was going to intervene on the Amukpe Agbo Road.
Yes.
Then the minister came and said, okay, they are going to redesign and all that. And he said, okay, fine, while you are doing that, let me take care of the old Umutu Abraka
Sure.
Abraka Road, which is ongoing now. You know,
But the federal government has still not come to this Abraka.
I mean, so it's there, and this guy now is talking about the road from Koka to Headbridge and Bosak and all that. We have the East-West Road that connects my community. In fact, some time ago, you cannot even access Delta from Port Harcourt because the road was broken. You know, so the federal government, I do not know why they renege on their responsibility and they try to put the pressure on governors. But yes, we can only appeal to the governor that people in Bonsak are appealing.
Yes.
You know, if we have the capacity. But importantly, you said something like, oh, some person said Okowa was nicknamed Roadmaster. So why are we still talking about road under Aborowori? Let us take Asaba, for instance. How many roads and streets, for instance, do you think we have in Asaba? I probably can count up to more than 5,000 roads and streets. And which government is going to be able to get all that done at once? Then add to Wari, add to Agbo, add to Sapele, add to Abraka, add to Heli, add to anywhere, and then the rural roads and communities. So we're probably talking close to 500,000 roads. You can't get it all done even in 2, 3, 10 years. It's an ongoing thing, and then the ones you repair before, sometimes they get bad too. We are a low-plain area where water also threatens a lot of things, and some roads actually not of the same grade from time to time. You know, so it's an ongoing thing. But it's even nice that people recognize that Okowa did so much on roads, and Sheriff has said, where he stopped, I continue, because it goes on. Apart from Bonsak, apart from the FG roads we're talking about, there are still communities, there are still roads inside Asaba here that needs to be done. We just got done the Okpanam to Ibusa bypass. Do you know that road was built to have been done as far back as when the local government was created? That is as far back as 1997, thereabout.
Like 20-something years.
20-something years ago. It took Okowa and Sheriff to get it done now. You know, and there are so many other rural roads. They've got to the river and the creeks, from Ogulaha to Kurutie to name them. A lot of projects going on because the people need road, because the people need assets, because the people need to be networked. You know, so it's ongoing. So anybody that is saying Okowa did road that was called Roadmaster, why Sheriff did it, I think he doesn't get the point. You know, he just mentioned Wari now. And look at all the work going on from lower, upper, Rejua, SCC Road.
And he emphasized that he's not even talking about that Julius Berger.
No. We're talking about where the people actually live. Even the Julius Berger Road we're talking about, that's a federal road. It's a federal road. Yeah, and Sheriff is doing it. Not many people realize that the Ughelli to Ughelli Asaba Expressway is also a federal road. But we can't just pick all the federal roads in the state and keep doing them. What would the federal government be doing? Because it has the allocation to do those roads. So the ones we can do on the federal side, we do and we are doing. Then we need to really serve the people. Now, local governments sometimes do not have the capacity to do these roads. So the state government does both the state roads and the local government roads. Going into the interiors, into the rural areas. My community also needs roads. Umenerua does not have a connection. They are in Isoko South, but they do not have a connection into mainland Isoko. For instance,
this is your local government. Sorry to comment now, because I've been hearing this Umenid
Road. Yes, the first Umenid Road was for us to even get an access road at all to access our community. So we have that connects us from the East-West Road, Uweru Patani Road, to get into Ume. You know, that is about 7 kilometers into Ume town. But you see, that cuts us off from mainland Isoko. We are Isoko South. But there is no road from our community to Isoko South. So if you want to access Isoko land from Ume, you need to go through Ughelli North, go through maybe Patani, go and all that before you turn around.
Wow.
It's an Israelite journey before we get to our local government headquarters.
Are
I
you
know
an
that.
island or something? Is it an island?
We are not, again, I understand that the road, if there's a construction that was supposed to have been done by NDDC, it was abandoned, and that has about 3 bridges.
Yes.
They abandoned it. If the state government had thought that, okay, fine, since the NDDC was doing that road to connect Ume and Erowa and all those communities with their mainland Isoko brothers, that was okay. But they abandoned it. So it's just been an issue. That place is, you have a lot of creeks, you have a lot of water bodies and all that you need to cross. So it can be quite expensive to do, and I guess that had been the problem.
Yes.
But the work had already started at some point. Now I'm not just saying this because I'm from Ume.
No.
Look at the people of Beneku. You understand?
Yes.
They also had needed a bridge to connect them.
True.
What of Ayakromo? The people also needed what of Bedesega?
Yes.
What of Orere?
Yes.
So many communities in Delta need bridges and roads to connect them. You just get it done at once.
Yes, these ones you have mentioned now, I think there's work going
on.
on.
What going on in Orere Bridge is what going on at Ayakromo. Bedesia has been done. Beneku is almost 99% ready, and and all this with sports to various other communities. Of course, you see the Shago Wulu Road and Bridge done all over. Yes. So Okowa has done, Sheriff is doing, and the state is getting together really, and people are beginning to see the dreams that we had, that okay, well, our communities will be connected, is beginning to make sense now.
Yes.
And it goes not just road. Look at the harbor market in Udu, the project that was started almost around 1999 or 2000 something, and was abandoned, sprawling big market.
True.
And Sheriff, I said, no, we couldn't have invested all that money into this gigantic project and abandon it. Yes. So we're picking it up again. And it goes around all the communities in Delta North here. For instance, we just mentioned Beneku, that connects Beneku communities. In fact, Ndokwa East and Ndokwa West.
Yes.
And the people had needed it before. They have been using pump too. Then look at even the Transwari Shekere. That is 19 bridges on a 27-kilometer road. 19 bridges. Between Okowa and Sheriff, we've been able to complete 15, remaining about 4. Now, people need to know the depth of the challenges that this state faces, because we have the upland here in Delta North and some part of Delta Central, but most part of Delta South, and in fact, connecting some part of Delta North, the Ndokwa East area. Sorry.
Go ahead.
That is, if you want to do 1 kilometer, you better be ready with like 7 billion. That is what it is. Because yes, if you're talking about today's Shekiri road now, 27 kilometers, 19 bridges. Now, we're not going to cost the road project along with the bridge. The bridges are costed separately. Yes. Because it's a different project on its own. So do you know how much money that is? So these are the challenges. Sometimes people need to understand. But the important thing is that there is a commitment. From Okowa to Sheriff, there is a commitment. A commitment not just to serve the people, but a commitment for continuity of those projects for the interest and the good of the people.
Truly. You have spoken so well. I do hope that listeners out there are benefiting one information or the other from all that we're saying here on the program. And that brings me to another Delton. Another person is here in the studio. He's also a Delton. In fact, there are 2 more people that I would love to speak with. They are here with me in the studio. They are members of the Delta Youth Peace and Development Initiative. I have with me here in the studio Comrade Friday Odabi. Welcome, his coordinator, Delta North. You're welcome to the program.
I'm Otuo Christian, Comrade Otuo Christian.
Okay, you are the Christian Otuo. Okay, coordinator, Delta South. Yeah. I have with me also Mr. Friday Odabi. Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, both of you are the ones from Delta Youth Peace and Development Initiative. What is your desire for this period? Why are you here in the studio?
Thank you very much. As the name implies, Delta Youth, Peace and Development Initiative. We are for peace. And without peace, you cannot get development. It is through peace, only through peace, that development can come.
That's right.
And we are already having the feelings that uh, start from August 1st to August 10
Mm.
is going to be protest.
Okay.
And this protest is tagged uh, 10 days rage. And as the name implies, as that name implies, rage, it doesn't connote peace at all. It has to do with violent conflicts. Uh, and we, as youth in Delta State, we don't want it to go to that extent. Hence, we are trying to call on the youth in Delta State, to embrace peace that is already existing in the state, because we have a governor that carries the youth along. If you look at the executive that is constituted by the city governor, they call it youth o'clock. If the governor is carrying us along, youth o'clock, why are we youth try to join other states or join what is happening at the federal level to say we want to protest? What are we protesting for when the governor is already doing well for us? So we are saying that let them shelve the protest. Protest, let me give you an example of the NSAS. The NSAS, some people are saying we should encourage the protest. We should not. They should not stop the protest. They say we should not stop the protest. It should encourage it. Protest, taking example, the NSAS protest, it started peacefully, but at the end, it was later hijacked by hoodlums that later turned into violent. They now become violent. People's houses were destroyed, properties were destroyed, government properties were destroyed, and schools were destroyed. Shops were closed down. Students were no longer going to school. If you have a child that is in school in the university and there is protest that turn to riot, will you allow your child to be in school? You will not allow your child to be in school. So these are some of the things we look into, and we are calling on the National Assembly, those of us that are in the National Assembly, to prevail on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to see that he revise his economic policies and also address the refineries that we have. If he is able to address these things, I think there will be peace in Delta State. We are hungry and we are still appealing. Let there be peace.
Okay.
We should not go for protest.
Okay. You don't stand for the protest planned,
No.
and you're calling on everyone, especially those under you, being the coordinator of Delta South
Yeah.
and all the youths in Delta State, to please not be part of the planned protest.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Friday,
Mhm.
I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, my own is I believe in dialogue. Just like the issue of minimum wage is now being brought to rest, because it was not achieved as a result of violence, or maybe they went for a long strike.
There
But it
was a
was,
strike.
yeah, there was a strike. It was not a long one, I think 3 days or thereabout. And they came back also, they gave their words, and today it has been passed, waiting for presidential assent.
I think it's been signed. Yes.
Yeah, it's been signed. It's been
It's been
signed, but we are
signed.
waiting for presidential assent. So I think the bill has been forwarded. Now, what I'm
It's
saying
been
is,
ascended to.
okay, it's a good news.
Yes.
So minimum wage is now 70,000.
Sure.
Now, coming back to this protest, we are, as a body, we are calling on Delta youth. If possible, we are extending it to other states. Let's shield our sword. Accept this dialogue they are calling for. Meet with the government. Let's have a roundtable discussion. Some people are saying we want to replicate what happened in Kenya. The media will not tell us the deep thing that happened in Kenya. Many people died. Till today, some persons are displaced. So we can't replicate that. We don't want what happened in 2020 during the NSAS to repeat itself in this time. Then Nigeria was better, more stable. Now Nigeria, the economy is so volatile. So if we allow this protest, it could begin as a protest, peaceful, fine, but it may not transit
from day 1 to day 10 smoothly.
But you know for sure there is hunger in the land and
I
people are actually very angry.
I agree.
Yes.
But because of that fact, that is why it may not go peacefully. May not. You
An
understand?
angry
So
man, an hungry man.
it's an angry
Angry
man.
man.
Look at what happened.
In anger.
You can vent your anger on anything. Even government properties may be destroyed. Like as we were coming from Agbo
True.
to Asaba,
Yes.
we experienced something at Obuluku. Trailer driver, they say when they park in the evening, they pay for security purposes. And the money they found out that they vandalize their vehicle.
Oh.
Remove their batteries, remove their they block the road. We spend more than 30 minutes there. As a businessman, you are, well, people listen to me. If you close your shop for 30 minutes, you've lost one or two things.
True.
Want to talk of 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of protest. Where are we going to buy food? Schools will no longer open. Doctors will be afraid to go to the hospital to attend to patients. So at the end, more persons will even die compared to the thing we are trying to solve that is killing people. That's my opinion.
Okay. Uncle Fred, one parting word before we round off.
Yeah, I think what they're saying is simple. A hungry man is an angry man.
Yes.
That is true. But when you also act in anger, you are likely to act in error. That's very correct. And like we say here, me person not talk say because he won't go save his mama, he can't carry him papa na ground. I still understand because now more problem you don't cause. So the way the country be now, let us talk to our people. The way the country be now, things hard. You know, if we take the way when fly take bite one part of body, man not call the part. If we take the way that the fly take bite am, you come say make you take like that, take knack am. Omo, you go hear am for brain. Ada wetin dem dey talk so? Things bad. Let us start a dialogue with the entire system. What are those issues? Hunger. Even if we want to solve hunger, we cannot do riot now and then by the next day there will be food. We need to plant. We need to water. There will be a process. Let us sit down with government and plan those processes. Say items A, B, C to Z, if you like, these are the things we like to see in the next 1 year. We give ourselves time so we know we are planning, we are working together. The Bible says, come, let us reason together. Until we sit down and reason together, any action we take it in anger, it will just be self-immolation. We are just going to be destroying ourselves. Like they said, there will always be the fear of damages. And as they are talking here in Delta, these guys are appealing to our youth not to get involved. The youth in Lagos, I don't want to be tribal about this, but the youth in Lagos are already saying there's Oro. So there's going to be Oro in Lagos for 10 days. It's a traditional festival, and that is saying nobody should come out. So if they are taking that step in Lagos already, and it means that the strike or the whatever, the protest is not likely to be very successful. Why do you want it to happen in Delta? What's our issue? It's a federal government issue, really. So take it to Abuja if you really like.
Yes.
But not here. We don't have the solution is not here. So if you destroy from Asaba to Wari to Ueli to wherever, you are not solving anything. You're not making any point. I think that's what they are saying.
Yes.
So let us take dialogue. Time is up. And
Yes, time is up. And I just took something from what you said now. We don't really have issues here in Delta. Our own is to strive for development. If you have issues, take it to Abuja, take it to Asoro precisely. And I do believe that the man up there would listen to your cry. On that note, we draw the curtain for today's program. Delta Today is the program. Many thanks to you out there for listening. Many thanks to all my guests here today in the studio. I'm so happy to have a handful of them today. And my name is Rene Igogidi. I like to sign off on this note. Many thanks to Fuma Brike and members of the Bridge FM, especially the supervisor, and to my coordinators out there, my producer, Nobet Chiazo, and executive producer, the Commissioner for Information, Swaza. Next week, we'll be back here again. By the grace of God, do stay out of trouble. Bye bye.